Good morning. So, band under your feet to start the class. We'll be on our feet today. We're going to start just by doing a couple of stretches. Just roll our shoulders back. Keep the shoulders rolled back and tight for the whole class. Abs tight. You're going to drop your ear to the left, back and around. Just roll the neck. Nice and loose, just like Aquafit. And we're going to start with something that you know well, which is a curl, a bicep curl. Keeping your upper arm to the body, bringing your fists up to the shoulders. We're going to do 15 reps, and we'll do them twice. That's 4, 5. Nice, slow and steady on this. 6. No jumping. No cardio. And I think that's 10. You'll have to forgive my counting since I'm talking. 5 more. And 4. 3 more. Try to stay nice and relaxed. Focus on the muscle groups that are moving. And last one. And you can shake it out. As I said, we'll do 2 sets of 15. Roll those shoulders back, upper arms to the body, and 15 more. And 14. Knees are relaxed and loose. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and last one. Okay, shake it out a little bit. Loosen up between the moves. I'm going to put my hands on the very end of the band because we're going up and overhead. I want as much length as possible. My shoulders are injured. I don't want to do any more damage. So the least resistance is good for me. Just try it out. We're going to go up and overhead and back down to the shoulder line. Military press. Overhead presses, we do something like this in class. 3, 4, 5. You can inhale on the release, exhale on the push. 7, 8, 9, 10. If it hurts at any time, stop, shake it out, and sit it out if you'd like, or do it without a band. I think we have 3 more, and 2, and 1. Lower the arms and shake it out. I want you to look at my form. I'm going slow and steady. There's no jerking, no hard push, slow and steady moves. Okay, upper arms to the shoulder line, slow and steady to the top, and back down to the shoulder line. Think yoga and weight training. This is really Pilates. It's Pilates with resistance. We're on our last 15. This is about 7, I think. And 8, smooth and steady. 9, 10. If it becomes too much, drop the bands and go without any resistance or sit it out. 5 more. You will be sore after these bands. I've warned you about that. 3, drink lots of water. 2, and last, military press. Good. Excuse me, let's shake that out. We're gonna do a simple torso twist next. Core move. Bands stay under the feet. You're gonna bring your hands up to your shoulders, upper arm to the body. Take the feet out maybe a little bit more than shoulder width, and take the twist all the way left, back to the front, all the way right. I'm stopping in the front. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Slow and steady. Look at my moves. Very gentle. I think this is 5. Seven. 8. We'll do a single set of 15 on the torso twist. Or 15-ish, we'll call them. My count may be off. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one, coming up. Last one. Good. Arms down, shake it out. We did a bicep curl. That's knuckles to the sky. We're gonna do a hammer curl. Similar, same move. Basically, your hands are in a different position. If you did the hammer curl with knuckles forward, then do the bicep curl this time, okay? We're gonna do one of each. Hammer means you're holding that weight like a hammer, right? Arms down. We're gonna keep the upper arms to the body. Again, bring the hands to the shoulders and down. Keeping those upper arms in place, just flexing the elbows. 3, 4, 5. Keep those shoulders back and in place. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Smooth and steady. 5 more, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, let's shake it out. And 15 more for the hammer curl. Knuckles go forward. If you didn't do the bicep curl, you can turn the hands over. And 15 more. Upper arms to the body, shoulders rolled back, shoulder blades together. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, smooth and steady, 9, and 10. 5 more. 5. Try to keep the rate the same. Your hands are moving at the same rate all the way up, all the way down. You just stop for a split second. 2 more. And last one. Good, let's shake it out. We're gonna do a bent over row. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Do a couple of bent over moves for this workout. You're in tabletop position, you're back. You don't have to be all the way over. Just come over so that when you move your arm is going straight up to the ceiling. and down. Check for your tension on the band, your resistance. You can always tighten down a little more if you need it. Keeping the arm near the body, elbow to the ceiling, looking at the floor. I think this is 7. Smooth and steady. Inhale, exhale. 9, 10. 5 more. And 4. 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. You can stay in place. I'm just going to move so you can see me. Again, shake it out a little bit. Choose your resistance. And up to the ceiling, keeping the arm near the body. 2, and 3. Inhale, exhale. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The pace of the movement is consistent. Same speed up and down. You're controlling that band all the way up, all the way down. 3 more. And 2. And last 1. Good, shake it out. We're gonna do a front raise. Again, this is a full lever arm. Your arm is straight coming up, straightish. And if it starts to hurt your shoulder, drop the weights, bend the arms, or sit it out. Okay, here we go. Nice loose body, shoulders rolled back. And raise it to the front. And 2. Look at my pace. Slow to the top, slow to the bottom. You're controlling that band. Don't let it get away from you. Don't let it snap. Six and 7, 8, 9, and 10. 5 more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's stick with 15 reps on the front raise. Excuse me. It is a full lever arm, pretty strenuous, shoulders really working hard. And we're going to go right to lateral raises, which again is a straight arm. Starting to center, roll those shoulders back, shoulder blades together. And we're going up to the shoulder line and down again. Uh-oh, it's bee time. The bees are going to join me. I'm standing right in front of lavender. So if I start screaming and run off screen, it's because I'm getting stung. They're pretty friendly. Inhale and exhale. That's about 6, 7. We'll go to 15 on these because we're doing 2 full lever arms in a row. Let's do 3 more. I have no idea what my count is. 2, but I do know my shoulders are getting tired. Last one. Okay, good. We're going to do something called a pec deck. This is probably unfamiliar territory. You're going to take your arms up, elbows at shoulder line. So they look like this. And we're going to take the elbows out at shoulder line, squeezing the shoulder blades, bringing the elbows back together. And 2. And 3. And you can do this with or without the bands. 4. 5. 6. Slow and steady. 7. 8. Look at my elbows. They draw a straight line out at the shoulder line. 9. You might want to think about a lighter band if the band is pulling you out of form. I think that's 10. 5 more. And 4. 3 more. 2. And last one. Good, let's shake that out. Shoulders are getting tired. Shake it out. We're halfway through this session, so I'm going to probably do 15 of each so that you see the moves. And later on, if you want to go on YouTube, you can. And pick up where we left off, do a couple more reps of each. Okay, we're going to start with hands down. We're going to do some upright rows. Again, we may not do these in Aquafit. I'm not sure. I don't remember. You bring the elbows up, hands together in the middle. Yeah, when we do Power Frog, that's an upright row. So up to the top and down to the bottom. You want to get those elbows up. We'll call it ear level. If you're doing weight training, sometimes you'd probably bring it just up to shoulder, but we're going to use those shoulders, work on them, keep the shoulders back and down, slow and steady. Stay with me. And up, hands together. You can even cross the band over if you'd like, to keep yourself honest with those hands together. Let's do 5 more of these. And 4, 3, 2, and last one. And down and shake that out. Okay, we did the bent over, the upright row in bent over position. We're going to do the tricep extension. Again, you're in bent over position, working one side. It goes from this position with the elbow at the waist, just straight back. You're going to keep your upper arm glued to the body. Let's relax those knees. Mine were hyperextended. Keep the knees nice and soft. You are going to feel the triceps. The most comments I get about a muscle group or a muscle, the most comments I get are about the triceps. How do we keep them toned? Well, if you did these every day, you'd keep them toned. This is a perfect move for triceps. Biceps are working, but the triceps are the primary mover. Let's do 5 more. Only coming to the leg, right? 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. And I'm going to turn around. We're going to do the other leg. You can stay in place. Shake it out. Over again. Choose your resistance. Elbow at the waist. And straighten the arm. It's a tricep extension or a kickback. really good focus on the triceps. As you can feel, I'm sure. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake it out. A couple of breaths. We're going to do a single leg move. We do these in Aquafit class. This is a rond de jambe. You're going to stay on the floor with this. Pointing the toe, half moon back, pointing the toe. To the front, half moon to the back, to the front. Around, to the front. Balance. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you'd like to hold on to something, you can. 10, but challenge yourself as much as possible. 11, 12, 3 more, 2, and last one, and we'll do the other leg. Shake it out. And 15 on side 2. Point the toe, half moon back. Point the toe, half moon back. If you're a dancer, you can come up off the floor. Maybe later on, we'll do a kick with this. We'll see how good I get at it. 8, 9, 10, 5 more, and 3. Did I miss 4? 2. It happens. Last one. Okay, let's put that band under both feet again. We're going to do some toe raises. You're just going to go up on the toes, holding nice tight bands. Up on the toes. Feet are shoulder width apart or so. 3. Oops. That band under there. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. 5 more. Just start feeling your calves about now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Give it a little stomp. We are going to work upper body again, bringing the hands up to the center of the chest or the top of the chest, elbows up at shoulder line. We're going to take the elbows to the back and to the front again. Elbows to the back and front. And 3, squeezing the shoulder blades. 4, 7. Squeeze them. 9 and 10. 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it and shake it out. Let's do a low crossover. We do an uppercut, very similar, holding the band down, one arm down, and we're going to take the second arm, the working arm, across and across. And 3, keeping the hand low, keeping the elbow straightish. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 5, 4. Feel your lats working. 2 and 1. Slow and steady. We'll do the other side. Side 2. Get your resistance adjusted. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. I think I'm going to finish up for today with that one. Let's just do a couple of stretches. Worked a lot on the shoulders today. So let's roll those shoulders back and down, up to the top, all the way around to the back. And we're going to go forward. Take them back and around to the front. Drop the head, loosen the shoulders, roll it around to the back, and back in the other direction. Ear to one side, and then the other. Good job today. Tomorrow, we'll do mat work, so be ready on your mat with your band.